I wouldn't be able to for the pants alone there. It was the whole plan written out like some twisted project management timeline. And the kicker, the email ended with Jacob says the market in Lakeside Manor is heating up, so we may need to accelerate. He has already found 3 listing perfect for you attached. I closed the laptop, made another cup of coffee, and just sat at our kitchen table for like an hour. I even realized I was sitting in the dark until Eden came out of the bedroom and asked why I hadn't turned on any lights. That's when I decided to become the silent builder. See, I'd always been the type to talk through problems, communication, and all that. But what do you do when the person you're supposed to communicate with is literally plotting against you with their mom? You shut up and make your own plans. The next day, I called my buddy Beck, who runs his own small crew. We'd been friends since high school, worked together for years. Before he started his own thing, I told him I needed help with a special project and asked if he could meet me at my land that week. When Saturday came, I told Eden I was helping Beck with a bathroom remodel. She barely looked up from her phone, just said something about being careful not to mess up my back end. I grabbed my tools and left. Beck was already at my land. When I pulled up, sitting on his tailgate drinking coffee from his beat-up Yeti, he took one look at my face and said I looked like hammered. Always had a way with words, that guy. I didn't tell him everything at first, just said Eden and I were having problems, and I needed to figure out what to do with this property. We walked the land, and I showed him the foundation. It already laid for what was supposed to be our future home. It was a good foundation, solid. Property done. I'd spent weekends getting it perfect, imagining Eden and me building a life there. Beck asked the obvious question, was I still building the house as planned? And that's when I finally told someone the whole ugly truth. The wedding speech, the phone call, the emails, the entire scheme. Beck sat on a stack of lumber I had covered with tarps and just stared at me. Then he called Eden something that would definitely this post removed if I repeated it, followed by telling me I needed to talk to a lawyer yesterday. He was wrong. Monday morning, I called in sick for the first time in 3 years and went to see a lawyer. My dad knew guy was semi-retired, but still kept a small practice. Explained my situation, showed him the screenshots I'd taken of the email, played the recording of Eden talking to her mom about Jacob and the mortgage. The lawyer, let's call him Bernie, took off his glasses and rubbed his eyes like he was. I heard said he'd seen plenty of divorce cases in his time, but this level of premeditation was something special. Then he asked me what I wanted to do. That was the question. Was it did I confront Eden, file for divorce right away, try to salvage something that was clearly beyond saying Bernie, advised documenting everything, limiting financial exposure, and considering my options carefully. But while leaving his office, what stuck with me was something he said almost as an afterthought sometimes. The best revenge isn't getting even, but getting ahead. That's when the idea started to form. I went back to my land that evening, sat on my truck tailgate, and looked at that foundation. As the sun was setting, this piece of earth was mine, fully paid for. Before I ever met Eden, the building permits were in my name only, and I knew every contractor, supplier, and inspector. Within 50 mil, the plan came together. Within 50 mil, the plan came together over the next few days. I'd build something all right, just not what Eden and Naomi were expecting. I pulled my crew together, guys I'd worked with for years, who I trusted completely. Told them I had a personal project and needed their help on evenings and weekends. Everyone was in, even my boss, who'd been like a second dad to me since I started working for him at 19, offered to help with materials and equipment. For the next 3 weeks, I lived a double life. During the day, I was the clueless husband. I even started going along with Eden's hints about house hunting. Yeah, babe, that neighborhood sounds nice. Sure, I can ask about overtime to boost our down payment.